show. I am your host, Kente, all the way live from Los Angeles, California. This is episode number 136. And this is the final day of Mars Venus week. And I am joined by my wonderful, beautiful, talented co-host, the one and only Shannon. How you doing, Shannon?
Hi, happy Friday. How are
And
you?
And a big shout out to you, Shannon, with the earrings. Those earrings are dope. I like those.
very cute.
Yeah, you know what? I think have you been putting some extra emphasis on your earrings of late? It seems like your earring game went up exponentially.
Um, well, I shopped at the Purge, not even gonna lie. And she included like 1,000 things that I didn't pay for. She was like, I'm gonna send you some extra things in the jewelry department. And I was like, okay. And when I opened the bag, it was like more items than I had actually paid. I had more free stuff than what I paid for. And I messaged her, I was like, you sure this is supposed to be my bag? Because it's a lot of stuff.
Okay, well, I definitely. I know I'm not the only one who noticed. I'm sure
That's
other
the
people.
background. My whole outfit matched my background.
Yeah, go ahead, girl. So I'm glad that you are here and chopping it up with us, and I'm glad you brought the earrings with you.
Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
All right, and we are joined by everybody's favorite, one and only
Yeah.
Stephanie. So Steph at that.
Hello, how's everyone?
Yeah.
Good evening.
Now I gotta say, when I announced that Stephanie was coming on,
Right.
I got like really like I mean like it was like this. I'm serious. People kept saying it. I'm like, she was on the show earlier this year, and so I was fortunate enough to get Stephanie to come on the show, and I'm so happy because we all love Stephanie. She goes back to the Blab days, and
Mhm.
everybody just loves you, Steph, and we're glad that you are here and you're on camera, and we get to.
I know, right?
I'm happy to be here, and I always support Mars Venus and a lot of the other shows that you put together, Kente. They always have wonderful content, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Thank you so much. So for those, a lot of people, some of us who've been around you a long time, we have more of an understanding who you are. But
Mhm.
maybe some of the Get Vocal folk, maybe they don't know a lot about you. Obviously what you're willing to share. So kind of just give a little breakdown of who you are and some of the things that make you you.
Um, well, I'm a mom. And I have an 8-year-old son named Kendall, and he's in the third grade. I'm also single, so I'm in the dating realm, so I always have good dating stories. And then I work in IT right now. I'm a senior project manager for I'm a senior project manager for enterprise analytics and data management. So I'm part-time nerd, part-time beauty enthusiast. I love fashion, but I also like to watch National Geographic and watch nature shows and sci-fi stuff. And I was like all into Kente's Stranger Things podcast when he had his show on Get Vocal, and we were like going back and forth on different theories and stuff. So, yeah, so I think I'm a multifaceted person. Um, I like a lot of different things. I just got into like doing my own nails, like watching YouTube videos recently. So, yeah, I like to try different things just to see if I can do it, just to see if I'm good at it. And sometimes you can save a little bit of money on the way doing things for yourself.
Now, the question will get asked. You said you were single. So are you singles or single or single?
That's my tutors to try and find out. I can't show my hand.
It was funny. I don't know if you remember that show where it was like a big debate, like what is single,
Yeah.
and everybody had their own definition of what single
My
is.
favorite thing to say is I'm single until I'm married. That's really like my favorite thing to say. And it's really kind of my approach to dating. Like I'm kind of like you guys kind of know I can be a little bit non-committal, so it's just kind of like just the way I am.
Well, we're glad that you committed to come on tonight, and we're looking forward to having you on. Now, Now I'm so glad because you used to do a show with Rashim back in the day, and it was really awesome, and you guys did some great work. And
Mhm.
you are going to launch a YouTube channel pretty soon.
Yeah.
So can you kind of tell us what are some of the things that you are going to cover on this YouTube channel, and what can we expect?
Well, what I really wanted to do is like I did a little bit of research. Oh shoot, 1 second.
Hmm. While she's taking care of mommy duties, uh, let me give a shout out to the people in the audience. We got Bobby up in the house, Ted, Dante, D,
The
Dre, and Brooklyn.
Brooklyn's in the house.
Yes. So while she's doing mommy duties, while we waiting for her to get back. Oh, okay, we got her back. I'll save that for another time. So, um, here
Sorry
we go.
about the interruption.
Sure. All right. So you were talking about what we can
Okay,
expect.
so for my YouTube channel, I did some research and I thought, okay, well, I watch YouTube all the time because I like to shop online, but I actually like to try stuff on. So, I think the solve for that problem is to watch people try stuff on YouTube to see, oh, how does it look? Find somebody with your body type. Maybe it's a store you've never tried, you've never shopped at online, you're just really not sure. However, sometimes I find that those kind of videos can be a little bit repetitive or boring. So, and then the other thing is like, I'm a little bit thicker, plus size. So, what's up, Shannon? So I thought, so I looked at the type of videos that the plus size community does per se, and most of them are pretty just, hey, this is the outfit, this is what I think about it. I wanted to try to do it from a more artistic point of view. To make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing and have some, nice copyright free music in the background and, have some nice visuals and even still give you the information that you're looking for about the outfit, but, not make it so long and drawn out and so talky. So that's my vision for my YouTube channel. So, hopefully, I plan to get it launched sometime around November. I think I'm doing it as a birthday present to myself because I'm trying to invest in myself more now that I'm 40. So, and we'll just see where it goes. It doesn't hurt to try.
That'll be awesome. Now, are you going to take your clothing items that you show on your YouTube channel and put them on your Poshmark page for sale?
I do have a Poshmark store, and that's another animal because I'm kind of like into luxury handbags and purses, and like I'm kind of like my approach to like fashion is kind of like high low. So I would normally buy mid range to more inexpensive clothes, and then I pair it with more expensive accessories like a Louis Vuitton bag or more expensive like Valentino shoes, or maybe I have a Louis Vuitton bracelet or nice jewelry, whatever the case is, whatever your high low is. But then I shop at places like Forever 21 and Fashion Nova, New York and Company, like regular mall stores. And then I'm all about a coupon. So when I shop online, I use Ebates. I think they changed the name to Rakuten, but you get cash back online for just shopping. And then you can even get cash back in stores now if you link your credit card. And then in terms of shopping for luxury, you can also get luxury items at a discount if you shop in the pre-love market. So shopping at places like Fashion File, Yogi's Closet, Poshmark, Mercari, you can find authenticated luxury items at a discount. It just all depends on what you're looking for, what's available, and what your price range is.
Very nice.
You're welcome.
All right. So let's start off with because we're gonna get some ideas from you as well on this show, and actually I want to do a show for men and women too because we had a conversation about it.
Mm-hmm.
We can all need the help. Like I'm gonna do a show at some point called Fat Dude, and we're gonna have some recruiters. So we're gonna do a show on that.
Mm-hmm.
And so like when you're a smaller person, you can get away with a lot of fashion stuff, right? You could throw on any shirt dang there and some shorts, you probably good.
Yeah.
But you're a larger person,
Yeah.
It ain't that simple. You actually got to put some thought into it, or you gonna look sloppy,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna look goofy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's start off with some of your theories. We'll start with ladies. Like, what are some of your theories on what looks good, what doesn't, what
Mm-hmm.
should you avoid?
Yeah.
Do you have deals on that?
I really like, okay, in terms of like plus size women, larger women, women bigger than me or whatever, even whatever. I really don't think it's necessarily about how big you are. It's really what your body type is.
Yep.
So you really need to take into account of, are you a pear shape? Do you carry your weight in your stomach? Do you carry your weight in, if you're hourglass and your weight's evenly distributed, that will also that will inform like how you kind of choose what you want to wear. And then also looking at the ratio between the length of your torso and the length of your legs. So some people have short torso, so some things just don't look good on them versus a person that has a longer torso or just average. And so like people assume that all tall people have really long legs. Well, it depends on how short their torso is. So and then one other just factoid, the definition of petite really is the ratio between the length of your arms and your waist. So it's not necessarily a big person can also be petite because their body ratio is smaller than normal. So
Mm.
so those are some of the things that I take into consideration, and then also your own comfort level. So you want to be thotting and bopping like Cardi B and Fashion Nova. You want a hot girl summer, or are you just more on the conservative side at work and in your social life? That should inform your decisions as well. And then also, yeah, I don't necessarily subscribe to, well, big women shouldn't wear XYZ. They never can wear a bikini. They never should wear this. It's really all about your comfort zone and trying and figuring out what looks good on your body type. That's the main focus.
Now you are a mother, and I recall you, and this is something you said publicly, so I'm not putting your business out there, but I remember you talked about your shape changing after you had your son in a very special way, not in a way that people probably would think.
Yeah.
You know, your gluteus maximus changed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And how did that affect your clothes, like the way you dressed and all that?
To be honest with you, that didn't, I mean, yeah, I kind of do take it into account because I've always had bigger thighs, so I always have to you know, like kind of hop into my jeans or whatever because, got a little bit of, a little something. But after childbirth, that estrogen goes right to the hips and the butt, right? So yeah, it definitely changes things. However, it's for me, it was more like, oh, there's like more ass there, but it didn't really like change the way I dress. I think getting older and my confidence getting higher made me a little bit more daring to try more things.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't give a fuck. Like, I'm a mom, I do my own thing, I make my own money, I support like I can wear whatever the hell I want. Nobody can tell me what to do. Like, I can wear it.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's interesting though. So women out there, if you want a better ass, a bigger ass,
Get a baby.
yeah, just have a baby,
Mm-hmm.
and you're good to go.
Dante's volunteering.
Just dragging it. All right. So let's also talk about one. I said this once on the show before,
Mm-hmm.
and it was quite a while ago, so I don't know if I said it in this group, that a lot of women don't know their bra size.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, it's like the percentage is super high.
Mm-hmm.
And they say that most women don't wear a proper size bra.
That's right.
So what is your like some suggestions? Because they said that it really affects them in a negative way physically. So do you have any suggestions about how women can do better with that?
Yeah, I think number one is you really need to look at your budget because Walmart bras and Target bras are fine if you got little ones because you're not putting a lot of stress on it. But if you're bigger, you really need to invest.
Yeah.
And I would say a good bra will cost you $50 on up, and 50 is on the really cheap side. I normally pay like $75 for my brows. I just bought one last weekend, and I think it was 67.
Mm.
So I would say another thing to take into account, yes, like in the comment section, Dre asks, doesn't it fluctuate with age, weight, etc. It also fluctuates during the time of the month when your hormones are raging, because some women can go up a full cup size and they have a period bra,
Oh.
a PMS bra that they wear. So yeah, it can fluctuate. After I nursed my son, I felt like, I was totally deflated. Like they were still big, but they weren't like as buoyant as like, I had had in the past. But for me, really just going out and getting measured, just take the steps to go get measured and then save up for a good bra. Especially if you have a bigger chest. If you're a little bit smaller, Victoria's Secret will probably do. But you're still going to pay about $40 to $50 for a nice bra, and just start saving it for it. Just put $100 together or whatever, try. Now, some good places to get good bras. Nordstrom is like known for having good bra specialists. If you go to other stores like Macy's, you can get help, but it probably won't be, the customer service level probably won't be as good. And then once you figure out your size, and if your weight is steady, you can go and shop online. And if you do have bigger breasts, two good bras, two good brands to buy from. One is called Elomi and one is called Chantel. Those are two good larger breast size. They go up to like double J cup in some cases.
Wow.
So those are really good. And if you go to Nordstrom Rack, which is Nordstrom's discount store, a lot of times you can find those bras on the clearance rack. So those are my tips.
How many bras would you say a working woman should have in her?
Well, if she likes to if she's willing to hand wash her bras, I would say 2 to 3. But if she's the type to wait until she does her laundry and then put them in her lingerie bag, she probably needs a week's worth. Just because if she has a really busy lifestyle, and you need a nude one, which is nude to your skin tone. And you need, if close as you can, you need a black bra. Of course, you need one that plunges so that can give you the proper cleavage without showing your bra. And you also need a strapless bra in black and nude. And then you also need like what they call a racerback bra, which is also nice. Now, one thing I tried when I went to Jamaica, I tried this thing called the brassy bra, and I had these backless outfits and I was starting and bopping and stuff, and it's a sticky that you put on your breast and it kind of holds them up so that way you can wear whatever backless outfit you want to wear, and that's called the brassy bra. And then I also have this other stuff called booby tape, and it's the same thing. So it's like this black tape and you can mold it to your breast to fit your outfit, so that way you don't have to wear a bra.
Okay.
I always suggest, fellas, you should, like, when you get serious about a woman, you should know all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it'll save your life knowing her period situation.
Yeah.
So, like, know all of that. And, like, I tell young guys that too. They be like, I don't want to know. Like, trust
No,
me.
you need to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It'll save your life.
Can you give suggestions of, okay, so a guy who wants to buy something sexy, maybe some lingerie for his woman,
Mhm.
can you give us some tips? Like, what should we know going in?
Okay.
And also,
The main thing you should know is if she's comfortable with showing her tummy or not. Like if she's in a sexy way. Like that's one of the main things. Then if she has a big chest, you need to look at the item and see if it has some bra support, because a lot of lingerie doesn't. It's just like kind of like a see-through little something. And if you got like GH cup boobs, like where is it gonna go? Like it's just all over the place. So now if she's small, hey, the world is your oyster. I buy a lot of lingerie online from like Fashion Nova. Like I buy from Savage or Fenty. Rihanna's new lingerie line goes up to size 3X and is really cute. It's very sexy. Like it has like good support. And it's not expensive. I thought it would be a lot more pricey, but it's a good price.
okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I mean, I guess it would help to if you've known that she's bought something before, then you can like use those facts, to do it again.
Like go in her closet, look and see. Oh, she buys this. Oh, these are her favorite lingerie because she always buying from this brand. Look at the tag and see where she's always buying from, and then you'll know. Like at least you'll know what store to go to try to see if you can find something for her.
Absolutely.
And give me a real quick shout out to Larissa in the chat room.
Oh, I haven't seen Larissa in a long time. Shout out to her.
Hopefully after the show
Hi.
she'll come in and we'll see her face.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart of a person. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So like is that something you would appreciate if your dude like did that and not only did he do it, but he got the correct.
Yeah, I mean, I would be shocked because I mean, like, I have a very specific body type. So if he found something that I liked and looked good on me, like, I'd be like super appreciative. Like, he really put in some effort if he found something for me because like I can't just wear anything.
Right.
You know what? A good thing to do too is if you're cool with her homegirl,
Mm-hmm.
and the homegirl really knows her like that,
Yep.
her as help, to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I have a male close friend and his girlfriend, now wife, asked me stuff for him, like, oh, you know him, what video games is he into? So yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Now let's talk about race specific because not to say that, they got some other women that, are thick, right? But a
Mm-hmm.
lot of sisters tend to be curvy and such. What are some good brands or good places that really cater towards the black female shape?
Um. Okay. I would say it really depends on like your size, like what size you are. But a lot of my friends that are a little bit more curvy, they do shop online a lot. Um, I would say they. I would say people that I know like shopping at shop online at Fashion Nova. They shop at ASOS, ASOS.com. And then if you're into like the cheap and cheerful, fast fashion kind of thing, there's always Forever 21. If you just need a cute outfit for the club. Or you can go to maybe Rainbow, which is a hood classic. Like, who doesn't love Rainbow? For the more curvier girl, and their clothes are really inexpensive. And then I would say for me, it kind of depends. Like, so for me, like I can kind of oscillate between plus size and like straight size clothes because I'm kind of right in the middle. If you're a little bit bigger, I think some of my friends like to shop at like Ashley Stewart and Torrid the most. Trying to think of somewhere.
Lane Bryant, is that a one?
Right, but it's a little boring up in there.
It is. It's
A little
very.
boring. Yeah, now Larissa's right. For discount stores, Marshalls and TJ Maxx are okay, but for plus size women, I would say they don't really have a good selection. Most of what they have is like jeans and t-shirts for plus size. So it's really not that good. But you can also always find nice shoes and nice bags, nice accessories, and TJ Maxx and Marshalls for any size.
It's funny, great segue because I'm getting into the bags, and we've talked about it, on the show. Like, now, let's say not everybody's a baller like you or Shannon, right? But they want to, they want to look fly. I want to look fly. I want to have good accessories,
Yeah.
good bags, but I ain't got the real upper echelon money, and I ain't got no dude that's willing to pay for it. So what are your suggestions as far as having some fly bags, but not being able to spend like the real
Yeah. I think if you're looking for bags that are like kind of runway inspired bags, I would say Zara is the best for that. H&M, and then going to Marshalls, TJ Maxx, or Nordstrom Rack. That's where you're gonna find like your nicer but not super designer bags. Now, if you're looking for the hood special, you probably should go to a beauty supply that sells accessories. So, like I got a bag that kind of looks like a Chanel bag. It's like the watercolor neon bag. It's the same shape as a Chanel boy bag. It doesn't have the Chanel logo or anything, so it's not exactly like bootleg, but it gives the aesthetic that I'm looking for. And I think I paid like $24 for it.
Now, say like a person such as yourself, a guy's dating a person such as yourself who
Mm-hmm.
has very refined taste.
Mhm.
But he wants to get you like a nice bag or something like that. What's
Mm-hmm.
some stuff that some men who just don't know gravitate to that they shouldn't? They don't get her that.
I don't want Michael Kors.
No MK.
No MK for me. Mm-mm. It's played out and watered down. No, thank you.
So no Michael Kors.
Mm.
And is there anything else that
I'm not super big on Coach bags, but if I like the all leather.
take it back?
Yeah, the all leather Coach bags that have come out recently, they kind of look like another bag like that's real popular within Louis Vuitton right now called the Louis Vuitton Pochette Matisse. So for that, yeah, Coach is kind of going through a revolution where they're kind of like reorganizing and restructuring their design and their marketing and everything. But Coach is still a classic, though. It really is.
Coach.
You can't go wrong with a leather bag. Leather is always in style.
Oh,
Now
wow.
I'm gonna ask you this. And this is just pull this out your butt.
Okay.
If so, say like you knew Shannon's boyfriend, and he's like, I want to get her a bag, but I'm not quite sure.
Hmm.
What do you think, just based on what you know of Shannon? What would you think would be a good winner for her?
Shannon's not a purse person.
Mm,
Why was she my boo?
She likes small bags.
okay.
Yeah, she carries the essentials. So a little crossbody because she has a busy job. Maybe she would like a little crossbody small purse because she has a job where she's kind of working with people. Maybe she doesn't want to leave her purse in her desk or something like that. She can carry it with her. I don't know. That just based on what I know about her lifestyle and that I know she likes small bags. In terms of like brands, I don't think it had to be brand specific. I think it just have to be a little, have some color to it, a little bit eclectic, a little bit like funky kind of style, something she can mix and match with some of her outfits. So yeah.
It's funny. I would think she'd be a big bag because the hot sauce and the salad dressing and all of that. The snacks. I would think you would have a big
You should probably ask her, what do you think is in Shannon's bag? Because she said
bag.
hot sauce is not going, well, the little one, but
The little one.
I love it. What about like Afrocentric type stuff? Do you guys like that? Like like African flavor to it. Do you guys like that? You two ladies?
I actually have some clothes that a friend of mine brought me from Ghana, and I like them. She sells clothes and stuff like that. I really like the African inspired earrings. That's
Mhm.
always those are always cute, and you could put it with anything and kind of give your outfit that more cultural flair. Um, and then also head wraps. You can also always wrap your hair. That kind of gives them more cultural, and then you only have to do your hair. So look, you're saving time. So there, and like on YouTube, there's all types of head wrap tutorials. Like it tells you like how much fabric you need and which way to wrap it to get the style and get the height that you're looking for. So yeah.
All right. Now, a lot of us don't have beautiful skin.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us got some effed up skin.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are some of the things that we can do as far as I mean, I know about the proactive
Mm-hmm.
and some of that stuff. I mean, people swear by it, some don't, and then there's that thing that you and Danny.
Oh, yeah, Accutane.
And then so what are some things that you can do to help your skin, and then also maintain it once you got it right?
It depends on what the problem is. But I would say that and your budget. If you're on a tight budget, you just need to develop a skin routine that you can afford, but is that you do on a consistent basis. So you need to like wash your face. Like, and this doesn't matter with any product. You need to at least wash it twice a day. Okay. And then you need to, if you have some acne, you need to treat it. So you need to use something that people don't know is usually most of the time benzoyl peroxide doesn't work on people over 30. So the preference for over 30 is salicylic acid. So look for products that have that. And then after that, you would need to moisturize, um, and put on sunscreen. Now, sunscreen can be a controversial thing for Black people, whatever. My mother actually has permanent sun damage from not
Mm,
wearing sunscreen. She's a school teacher and she used to take her kids out all the time, and her skin is permanently damaged. So I know that Black people do get sun damage
that's
from personal experience. So you need like SPF 30, 35, somewhere in there, and try to get one that is made for Black skin so that you don't get that white cast once
Mhm.
mm-hmm.
you put it on. Now, if you want to go into more like fancy skin routines, you can add a vitamin C to your regimen, which actually kind of protects you from the sun as well. And it has like a 24-hour reservoir. You can couple that with your sunscreen. You can also add other serums that give you moisture, like hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid it has molecules that attract water into the pores. You can layer that, and then when you're doing your skin routine, you want to go from the thinnest to the thickest. So, meaning that you wash your face and then you put your serum, then you put your hyaluronic acid, then you put this, then you put that, and then by the time you get to your sunscreen, then that's like the thickest thing you're putting on because you're going out of the house. And then at night, the thickest thing you would be putting on is your moisturizer. So that's kind of how you can do a skin care routine. And then also, if you want to get even more fancy with it, you can look into the 10-step Korean skincare routines. And then if you just really can't figure it out, you need to save some money, go to a dermatologist, but more important, try to find an esthetician that works out of a plastic surgeon's office, because a dermatologist really is only focused on eradicating the problem on your face. They're not necessarily focused on the aesthetic. So especially if you're having something like dark spots, or you have like, you need chemical peel or something like that, try to find a medical skin esthetician that is under the supervision of a plastic surgeon.
All right.
Shout out to
I,
Danny who's working.
Like that. Mhm.
now I have a two-part question. The first part is, how old were you when you first started wearing using makeup? And
Mhm.
I know you have a son, but if you did have a daughter, what age do you suggest is
Mhm.
the time to start allowing a daughter to
I didn't really wear makeup on a consistent basis until I was about 25 or 26. Like I'd wear it on special occasions, or I'd wear like lip gloss to work and mascara and stuff like that. But I was starting to have some issues with my skin, and I didn't feel comfortable going out without it. So I just started kind of getting into makeup like that. Now, in terms of if I had a daughter, when could she wear makeup? It's levels to it. So like, oh yeah, you're 12, yeah, you can wear lip gloss. I don't care. You're 16, yeah. If you want to go out with your friends, I don't care if you put on lipstick by that time, or mascara and stuff. And then I prefer if she didn't wear foundation, but maybe she has problematic skin. She wants to like cover up if she's going out, to have fun. Then I just kind of guide her through it to make sure that we pick something that won't clog her pores, and then make sure she's getting regular visits to the dermatologist, and that she's washing and doing her skincare, because it's never too early to implement a good skincare routine. It just teaches good habits for life.
You know what's interesting? I've dated a lot of women because my ass is old, but I've had asked a lot of questions, and I always assume most girls, they learn their makeup, how to do makeup, from their mother or maybe their sisters or stuff. A lot of chicks just kind of figured it out on their own,
Yeah.
like, and it's. I mean, I always thought that was like something that chicks pass down to each other, or something like that, and
Mhm.
that's just really interesting to me. So a lot of them, a lot of times, that's why, especially younger ones, make a lot of, I don't know if you want to call them mistakes, or they
They
maybe
experiment.
right,
Mhm.
right. So
Mhm.
that's interesting that you would think that more moms would do that, especially
Well,
if they.
my mom in particular is not really a big hair makeup person. Like she doesn't know how to do hair.
Mhm.
I have so many pictures of one ponytail going this way, one ponytail going that way, because she just don't get it. Like she didn't get it. And then in terms of makeup, my mom never wore a lot of makeup. I mean, she made herself up, but just wasn't something she just spent a lot of time on. It was like a 5-minute thing just to get out of the house, so she looked pulled together. I really didn't learn how to really learn to do it until I started watching YouTube. Really, so I just did it the way that I thought I looked cute, and then If I liked it, it was fine. But just like proper makeup techniques, yeah, I didn't know anything about that until I was like almost 30, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's very interesting. Like my favorite is the putting on the makeup in the car on the way to work. you know,
Yeah.
We've all done that.
yeah, it's like or at every light, try to get it in, at each light.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
interesting. So when it comes to makeup for Black women, what are some good brands?
Well, I just well first you really want to for black women, I'll say a lot has to do with your undertone. So it's not even that you may be darker, but you need okay, do you have a golden undertone? Do you have a red undertone? Are you neutral? You need to focus on that as well. I would say if you're looking for classic like a classic brand, Lancome has they always had 40 some shades of makeup. Um, Now, Rihanna has kind of revolutionized things with her 40 shades, now 50 shades. But I also think that Rihanna is very slick with her marketing because she's marketing to a much younger audience than Lancome. Because your regular 17-year-old isn't thinking about shopping at the Lancome counter. It's just not going to happen. So she kind of captured a different market audience. And so then thus transforming kind of like the way the makeup industry is operating right now because now you can't come out with a foundation range unless you have at least 35, 40 shades. It just won't be acceptable, because the makeup gurus now on social media, they'll tear you apart if you don't have proper range.
Mm.
And then now there's people, clearly testing makeup on YouTube, showing the undertone, showing if it's gray, showing if it's actually, complementary to black skin. So for in terms of brands to use, I would say Pat McGrath. I don't know if guys know who Pat McGrath, but she is like the OG of runaway makeup. She's a beautiful
Mhm.
black woman, and she is like a makeup goddess. She has started so many trends. She's worked with the best of the best, the Naomi Campbells, the Tyra Banks. She sets the trend for runway makeup, and she has her own brand now. And Sephora now it's not cheap. I actually have the foundation right here. The foundation is like $68. Now, if you want to go like a little cheaper, now I wouldn't say Rihanna's brand is black owned, but she does have a lot of part in it. Louis Vuitton, Moet, and Hennessy actually own Sephora, and Sephora actually owns a subsidiary of Sephora actually owns Fenty.
Wow.
So she doesn't necessarily own it per se, but I'm sure she does have a huge stake in it. Um, it doesn't hurt that she's dating an Arab billionaire to kind of get into that Louis Vuitton, Moet, Hennessy family. Yeah, so that always helps. And then two other black makeup brands that a lot of people don't know about. One of them is called Colored Rain. It's like the old English way of spelling colored, and they have really good products. That's the lip I'm wearing today is from Colored Rain, and they actually have a makeup collaboration that came out that was like in collaboration with the debut of Power. So it's kind of themed around that, and I actually have some of that right here too. And then I also like Beauty Bakery. It's a black-owned brand. Self-funded, self-started by Black women, and everything is bakery themed. It's really cute, it's fun, and the makeup is really nice. And then also, NARS is a really good brand. It's a little bit more expensive, but they have a wonderful range of colors for all the way to the darkest of dark women. And it's always been that way, always. And they just keep expanding, and it's something for everybody in NARS. So NARS and Lancome and Pat McGrath is a little bit more pricey. Now, if you're in the drugstore, I don't know, it's trial and error, but don't forget that if you do buy some makeup from the drugstore in the United States, you can return makeup. So just keep your receipt. Okay.
Just don't get it from the gas station.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah. You buy makeup from the gas station. I got questions.
Yeah,
Well, people buy male enhancement stuff from the gas station.
all the time.
Right. So, all right. So let's transition to the fellas,
Okay.
because us guys, most of us are cavemen,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Even us guys who think we're fly,
Mm-hmm.
really not, you know. And So let's start off with scent, right?
Mhm.
Um, I think a lot of guys make huge mistakes when it comes to the cologne.
Yeah.
Either, either putting it on too much, or not knowing how to apply it and whatnot.
Right.
Um, and then there's some brands that are awful that I don't know why you guys even mess with them, right?
Right.
So, let's start off with some of the brands that a lot of guys may use, and you're like, oh no, please stop using.
And they go get the Axe body spray from the grocery store. It's too loud. It reeks of cheap, like used car salesman, stripper. Mm-mm. It's not. That's not the business. And I will say it depends on the person. Some people like a little bit more perfume or cologne. Some people like to keep it a little bit more subtle. So that right, and then Brute, Old Spice. My daddy still wears Old Spice. It's a mess. If anything that your grandpa would wear, you kind of stay away.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hilarious.
they'll make brute, unfortunately.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, it kills. Yeah. So no Brute, no Old Spice. And what about when you're at the gas station and a brother comes up to you and goes, "I got some cologne." What about that guy?
You know what? There's a guy that is at the gas station probably right now by my house. He's usually out on the weekends because there's a lot of bars by my house, and he tried to sell me he had some. I don't know if it was authentic, but if it was, he had some nice stuff back there. So,
Okay.
you know, I wouldn't do it because I don't know if it's bootleg or not.
Right.
But I mean, to each his own. But I wouldn't do it.
Now, are there some scents that you really like? If a guy has it on,
That Fahrenheit 451, I could smell that a mile away because my stepdad used to smell it. It's very strong, and people tend to overdo it. And while it smells nice, it has that sickening sweet undertone to it. And for me personally, I'm not really a big fan of scents that have that vanilla in it. It kind of gives me a headache. But perfume is perfume and cologne is really personal, and it also has a mix with your body chemistry and all those things. So.
Well,
It's trial and error sometimes.
What's some affordable cologne that you could suggest, like for us guys we're trying to
Well, you can't go wrong with the Dolce and Gabbana light blue. That's a classic.
Okay.
It's Miyake. That's a classic.
That's beautiful.
I would stay in that range. CK1 is a classic, which is not even expensive. I would kind of stay, and then Polo Red. I would kind of stay in that family. Now, and a lot of this stuff you can get at Ross. The more lower end perfumes, the classic type of perfumes or colognes, you can get them at Ross, TJ Maxx, and Marshalls all the time.
Oh, okay, and it'll be a good price too.
Yeah, it would probably be like at least half of what you normally pay. And you can also go on fragrancenet.com. They have coupons. You can get 30% off sometimes. I bought a perfume at Sephora. I actually returned it when I realized that this thing was $80 and I got it for $42 on FragranceNet, and it's Dolce and Gabbana. So yeah.
What about application? Because some dudes, it'd be so overpowering.
Yeah.
You want to die.
So don't spray your clothes. This was for men and women. You don't spray it on your clothes, spray it on your body. And when you spray it, let it dry down, because when you rub it together, you ruin the top notes. So it changes the smell of the perfume over time, or the cologne.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Also, going back to, larger dudes, right?
Yeah.
Let's go to the large guys. As we were saying earlier, like you be very careful about what you wear and whatnot. What are some mistakes you think specifically large cats make when it comes to fashion?
Wearing their pants below the stomach to like way down. I don't find that to be very attractive. Or maybe they have gotten a little bit bigger, and now they can still button the pants, but they're high waters now.
Mm.
Um, and then those are most of the things that I see in terms of bigger guys. Now and then also, just in general, wearing clothes that don't fit you. Like, just go up to the next size. I won't tell. And, you know, between me and you, we it's all good.
Do you mind skinny jeans?
Um, I won't say I mind it. I would say that they can't be too skinny. Like, it can't be like hugging the nuts or nothing like that. Like, I don't like that. But if it's a slimmer jean, that's fine because I know it's in, but not the real skinny skin tight where they look like your knees are like screaming to get out. Like, I don't like that.
I did ask this question the other night. I can't remember if you answered it, but what do you think about guys who are not in entertainment, who do the hair dye thing, like little blonde, little burgundy? Like, do you?
I don't really find that attractive, but I don't. I would have to know the person to kind of see where they kind of land on the spectrum of sexuality. Yeah.
If you were fairly confident they weren't moist, you would be okay with it?
I mean, if it's just a thing, like maybe he just going through a phase where he just want to try something. Like, I don't know. It's just hair. Like, you can cut it off. Like, it's not the end of the world.
Or wash it out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you're in a relationship if you're in that long-term relationship and you do something really drastic like that, should you tell your lady first, or should you just surprise her and come in with fully blonde hair? Would you want a heads up?
If it's gonna be a drastic change, I think you just at least, even if you're gonna do it, no matter what they say, at least prep them, just so they know, what the dealio is. Like, communicate. Hey, I really want blonde hair. I'm going to get highlights after work. I'll see you later. So then I can kind of, won't be like, what the fuck is that on your head? Like, when I see you, I know you got your hair dyed, and I kind of know how to prepare myself for when I see you.
Right.
Now, do you think women should do, like, if they're going to do something real drastic with their appearance, they should tell their guys first?
You know what? I'm like I know a man that he doesn't like women with like nose rings. Like, so if I went and got my nose pierced, like, he would be kind of like what? So I think for men, it's more about the length of the woman's hair. Like, if she has really long hair and he's like a hair guy, and she goes and gets the Halle Berry, like, he's gonna be pissed. That I see that a lot. I see that more, the length of the hair when it comes to men.
It's funny though. Me personally, I don't even care. Like, I'm not really. What's funny is I'm not locked in. I'm not one of those guys. Like, some guys are so freaking specific. It's like, if it's out, if I get Halle Berry, hilarious. Like, they're so locked into a certain type that if it deviates from it, they're like, I'm not like that. I'm not. I'm fluid when it comes to, like, I like a lot of different stuff. So she can have long hair, short hair, a fro. Like, I like women. So what I'm saying? I'm not like so locked into one thing.
I think for a lot of men, the femininity is tied into her hair. And then when it's cut, that kind of like he sees the loss of the femininity. And I think that for most men, like the way that, a lot of men, the way that, and women, the way that we approach relationships is that men want a woman to stay the same and women want men to change.
Right. Very well said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, yeah. It says it's like that with many cultures.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah. So, my question to you is, what is your goal for your channel? Is it you just want to share your philosophies? Are you looking to help people become better persons? Like, what's your overall goal?
I really just want to, like, inspire women to just have fun with their wardrobe. Like, don't take it so seriously, especially like sometimes when you're, late 30s or 40s, you've kind of gotten into like a certain style. You may be in a relationship where your husband likes you to look a certain way, like stay the same. Or even if you're, a single woman, maybe give you some ideas so that when you go out, oh, let me try this, or oh, she wore that and she looked cute in it. I've never worn something like that. Maybe I could try that. Maybe I would look cute in it.
Mhm.
Just to inspire people to try stuff. And then, I want to have some fun. And then, of course, I would like to monetize my channel to be able to make money so that, it will help me, buy more outfits and, put more money into my production and, increase my audience.
Okay.
That's awesome.
If you're in a relationship and your guy uses another woman as oh, I like the way that her hair is or the perfume she has or whatever, and then to kind of say, hey, maybe you should find out what the is that offensive to you, or do you just
I don't do well with passive aggressiveness like that, so that wouldn't go over well with me. Just say what you want. You don't like my hair? Just spit it out. You want me to get a different hairstyle? Like I told my friend the other day, like I used to wear these pants and I had this like I used to have these pants that I like so much. They were so comfortable and my boyfriend lived like an hour away and I would wear them like on the drive up there and he hated them. Like, so, cause when I'm getting out of the car, he's like happy to see me, but then I have on these ugly ass pants and he's like, one day he's just like, can you just not wear those anymore? I don't like them. And I appreciated that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
He
interesting.
wasn't mean about it. He just said what he liked.
He said don't.
I still wore them, just not around him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those are your traveling pants.
Yeah.
Did you go to did you drive all the way there and then got to like a Burger King and then
And
went
then change. No, I just found something a little more aesthetically pleasing, but still comfortable.
and it's interesting you say that. One of the last things I want to get to, hey, Danny's in the house, is nighttime attire.
Yes.
I want to start off. Let's start off with the fellas, and then we'll transition to the ladies.
Okay.
What is sexy to you that a man would wear to bed, and what is some guys think is sexy is that, but is not sexy to you?
Okay. I like a man that sleeps in the nude. Like I'm not concerned about what he's wearing to bed. But what's not sexy to me is wearing socks to bed. That's not sexy. That is not.
No socks, huh?
Mm-mm.
No
socks.
Get your socks off me, bro.
All right, and what about sexy attire for ladies?
Well, for me, to bed, I like the baby doll pajamas that kind of hold your boobs in place, but kind of like flow down a little bit. But they're kind of cheeky, kind of show the butt a little bit, That's my favorite type of thing to wear if I'm actually gonna sleep in it and I'm trying to be cute. But then there's all kind of stuff you can wear to bed, like lingerie and all that. I'm not a big pajama person. I like those little baby doll nighties, basically baby doll nightie, or I sleep in a nude. That's pretty much it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Now, if it's that special time of the month, is that where the lumberjack outfit comes out, or do you still?
No, but you gotta wear drawers. I mean. Now you got period. All women have period panties. Like,
right.
Yeah. You just pull out the period panties.
Oh, okay. So no lumberjack.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, that is not sexy at all. Grandma drawers.
Yeah, grandma panties, like the ones you don't mind getting fucked up. Like, cute, no way.
I do not miss that.
All right. So when can we expect your first post?
I'm targeting the week of November 12th in there because my birthday is on the 12th. So anytime. So I'm targeting that week, but before Thanksgiving, I will say.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. And what's the name of the channel? Do you have a name yet?
It's gonna be Soso Steph.
Soso Steph. I love it. I
Mm-hmm.
love it. You're gonna do very well because you have a great personality and you have the information
Mm-hmm.
and and like I said, like most guys don't look at stuff like that.
Can I just mention one more thing?
Sure.
Men, you need to get your feet together because if you don't wear socks to bed, they got these things you could just scrub your feet. Like you don't even have to go to the nail spot. You can just get that dead skin off, put on some Vaseline on your feet, wash them, get them all. Just do something about them crusty feet. Cut them toenails down. That is not attractive. Like that
Amen.
right there is a turn off to me. Them rough ass feet.
Mm. I definitely agree. You got to get the feet did.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I was saying that a lot of fellas don't watch these kind of things, but I think it's good because it gives you good insight, and
Yeah.
and you learn some stuff, and especially when you're trying to be serious with somebody, like guys. To be honest with you, it wasn't until I got in my 30s where I really started paying attention
Mm-hmm.
to that kind of stuff. It was just kind of like, how they said, I don't want to know how the sausage is made. I just want to eat it.
Yeah.
Like that's how women, stuff
Yeah.
was with me. It was just like, it was like she appeared from the room, all up, and that's what it was. And I didn't know anything about anything. And as I got older and I started becoming more serious and wanting, more serious relationships, then I started like I wanted to know, like,
Mm-hmm.
why does she do this, and why is this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
And so what I try to do is when I start a relationship and it starts getting like serious, I try to find out all the measurables with her, I try, like I said, I that special time of the month, I
Mm-hmm.
know it better than she, like I'm like at that time, she's like, damn, how you know? Like, I got it on, like, and like I said, it'll save your life. And also I think it does help with bonding as well because
Mhm,
she'll a lot of most women will appreciate that
mhm,
you care about her in more than just the
mhm.
exterior. And
Yeah.
then also when you really look into how your woman gets sexy for for you or when you guys go out,
Mhm,
I think when you really start paying attention to it, you appreciate it more because at first it's just, dude, we got to get to the like you start the thing start at 8, you tell her it's starting at 7 just so that you can get there at a good time.
mhm,
But when you really have an understanding of
mhm,
what she's doing to
mhm.
you appreciate it more.
Yeah.
Really.
So
I think paying attention to the details is important.
it is. And
Mhm.
also guys, when she makes something drastic with her appearance,
Pay attention.
pay attention, right? Say something like she can have a brand new do for like 2 weeks and then somebody else is like, oh, your lady got a new hairdo, and you're like like, I'm glad someone realized it.
Mhm,
Your homeboy realizes before you.
mhm.
That's
Bad.
not a good look. So but thank you so much for sharing all of this with us, and
Yeah.
I can't wait. I will be there for the premiere, and I'm sure we'll all support.
Maybe
And
I can come back and talk about my channel. I
oh,
want to get a channel trailer up, so I'll let you know when that is, and maybe we can circle back.
all right, I love it. And one thing too, and I got to get better at this. And brother Dre has a channel, and others do as well. We have to really comment, like, and subscribe.
Mhm,
Um, because like I do this, I have a bad habit of it. We'll see like a wonderful video by, somebody who is out there just, grinding to, and we'll like it. I mean, as far as we liked watching it, but then we don't think to just hit that thumbs up, hit that bell for the notifications, and then leave a comment.
mhm,
And leave a comment better than great video.
mhm.
You know what I mean? Like actually let the person know that you thought it was awesome, and that they did great work, you know.
I think more importantly, sharing the video to other platforms really gets the engagement up.
Right.
Um, there's a lot of videos that I've watched about how to basically tap into YouTube's algorithm,
Mhm.
and kind of how to get recommended into to people's feeds. That's a whole nother conversation, but that there's a lot of videos on YouTube about that, and I watched some software engineers and things like that. I was watching a guy who actually used to work for Patreon. And he kind of has really tapped into YouTube's algorithm, and he grew his channel from about 50,000 to 600,000 in a year's time.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Oh, man,
Mhm.
that's big time. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is-
And I'm sure you're gonna do very well.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you
sure.
have
Yeah. And if not, whatever, I'm still having fun, and if
yeah, and we'll all be here to support you because
We will.
we all love you dearly. So how can people get you on social media?
well, my Instagram is Soso Steph _. My YouTube channel name is Soso Steph. So look for a channel trailer sometime probably in October, mid October. But and then hopefully I'll be back on the Mars Venus show to talk about my channel. So look out for that. And then I also have a Twitter account, and it's also Social Stuff. So I'll be promoting my YouTube content on that channel, on that Twitter account.
And I gotta say, if you are not following Stephanie on Instagram, you better, because not only does she post beautiful pictures of herself,
Mhm.
but she always has like these really interesting quotes. And I get a lot of information. It's probably more from your Facebook account. I get I get my news fix from you. I get all kinds of
Yeah.
yeah. So I'd be checking it out. So make sure you guys follow her on Instagram. You will not be disappointed.
Well,
She's
thank you.
Thank
all
you,
right.
guys.
Thank you
So,
for having me.
Shannon, thank you. Shannon, how can we get you in social media and what's going on Sunday?
Social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Shannon for like the president hyphen Jefferson, like the president. If you like food like I do, you should follow my food blog on Instagram, which is spicy, salty, savory, sweet. And then on Sundays, I do a set apart woman here on Get Vocal, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard
I'll
Time.
be there.
Uh,
Awesome.
I'll be there.
I'll
All
be
right. And watch, I'm about to get my Dre on. You can get me at Kente F on Twitter, Kente Ferguson on Instagram, and indyradio.org is the website. That's indyradio.org. Uh, we no show on Monday. We won't be on here at Indie Radio at all next week, except for Thursday, where we'll have the finale of Cinema du Fromage. The last two movies is what the hell are the last two movies? Strange Brew versus damn Dawn of the Dead, I think it is. Something like that. I think it's like Strange Brew versus Dawn of the Dead. And so there's gonna be a big debate show, and there will be a winner and all of that stuff. So, but no show next week, but we will be back the following week for an all new episode. I'm working on something that is going to be pretty interesting. I'm not going to say it yet, but if it comes together like I hope so. So
Awesome.
with all that said, you guys have a beautiful, wonderful weekend. God bless you, and have a great
Good night.